Welcome to Earth School University. In this first lesson, we're going to correct one of humanity's oldest misunderstandings, the idea that the world fell from grace and that you are here as a result of a mistake. For thousands of years, that story has shaped how people see themselves: small, guilty, separated from the divine. Today we replace it with the truth. You are not a fallen being. You are a volunteer in one of the most advanced classrooms in the universe. Before you ever drew a breath, your soul stood among many others in the luminous planning halls of incarnation. You examined this blue-green planet, a place of contrast, beauty, and challenge, and something in you said yes. Earth was presented as an accelerated classroom. Here, thought becomes experience, and every choice echoes back so that learning can be immediate. Growth that might take centuries elsewhere can happen here in a single lifetime. Coming to Earth was never a punishment. It was courage. Think of a climber who chooses the steepest mountain, not because it's easy, but because it will build strength. Souls come here for that same reason. When the fallen world story took root, it served to explain pain. But it also made humanity feel defective from birth. That belief allowed fear and guilt to replace curiosity and trust. To correct it, begin to see Earth not as exile, but as experiment, a deliberate design where love is tested in density. Imagine a master chef leaving a perfect kitchen to cook outdoors with only one pot and an open fire. Why would she do that? To prove that her art lives not in the tools, but in her own hands and heart. You came for that same discovery, that love works even when comfort disappears. Light learns fastest when it meets shadow. Every moment of anger, fear, or jealousy is a teacher showing what still asks for healing. When you forgive someone who hurt you, you complete a course in compassion. When you speak truth after silence, you pass Courage 101. When you trust through uncertainty, you master faith in form. Each student's path is unique, but the curriculum is the same: to remain love in all conditions. Let's look at two real examples of how perception changes everything. Leah, a nurse, once dreaded the suffering she saw each day. After a near-death experience, she returned saying, "I thought I worked in hell, but it's heaven in disguise." Every act of care is a prayer. Aaron, a mechanic, lost his business and blamed himself for years. When he began repairing cars for single mothers, the gratitude he witnessed reignited his self-worth. "Failure didn't end my life," he said. "It reintroduced me to love." Both Leah and Aaron moved from punishment to purpose. That's what happens when we remember the real story. In higher realms, energy flows in harmony. Here, it divides into opposites: light and dark, joy and grief, giving and receiving. This polarity isn't a cosmic flaw, it's the pressure that polishes the soul. Just as carbon underweight becomes diamond, the soul's brilliance appears through resistance. Earth provides exactly the right amount of pressure for each student's readiness. When you stop fighting polarity and learn to hold both sides with awareness, you step into mastery, the still point where heaven and earth meet. Here's the corrected myth, in simple form. In the beginning, love desired to know itself in every condition. So it created Earth, a mirror dense enough to reveal even its own absence. Through you, love studies how far it can stretch and still remain itself. That's all that is happening here. When someone asks, "Why does God allow suffering?" you can answer gently, "The Creator didn't allow it. The Creator entered it through us." This week, every time something goes wrong, say aloud, This too is my classroom. Notice how that phrase softens the body and opens curiosity. Keep a list in your journal titled Lessons in Progress. Each evening, write one event and what it's teaching: patience, boundary, trust, humility. Soon, you'll see that life's curriculum has always been perfectly designed around your growth. The only correction needed was the story you told about it. Earth is not the fallen world. It is the bravest experiment in the cosmos. You are not a sinner in need of rescue. You are a student remembering mastery. Every tear, every triumph, every connection has served one purpose: to teach your heart how to stay open. Before you sleep tonight, whisper, "I chose this place. I chose this body. I chose this moment. And through it, I choose love again." Tomorrow will bring the next class, perhaps disguised as traffic, deadlines, or laughter. Greet each one with curiosity. The universe will recognize that you remember, and it will begin teaching you at a higher level.